Welcome to EDC. I'm here in Las Vegas for EDC. I'm gonna be telling you guys all the behind the scenes of what it's like working at EDC. In a couple of weeks, it's actually gonna be 1 year since I started doing EDM. So this is kind of a big deal for me. This is like my Super Bowl. It is currently Thursday, May 14th. It is 1 day before EDC. I guess in the meantime, I'll give you guys a hotel tour. Here in my hotel room, here in my garage. It is super messy because I'm a big fan of just like spreading out all of my gear so I can see everything. So desk station, I got my laptop, all the SD cards I'm gonna be using. I got the gimbal, Osmo Pocket 3, and some money that I'm gonna gamble with at the casino. I have a bunch of other gear here. So there's a bunch of gear that's on the table. Then all the important stuff I have over here. I have 1728, 2470, 70-200, 2.8, and then on here I am rocking, kind of see it. I got the 10mm right there on this camera. Then A7 IV, A7S III, and this camera is an A7S III also that I'm borrowing from my friend Toller. Got a big tripod, got the view so you can see the sphere. You can see they're building some kind of hotel out there. That's the view. Pelican case. So on the day of the festival, I will be throwing everything into there, including not just my Pelican case, but I'm also gonna be putting it in my Peter McKinnon bag. Media credentials from past festivals, and I cannot wait to add another one. We got the charging station over here, so AA batteries, camera batteries. We got these big battery boys. We'll just have extra batteries here. Then we have my bedroom. Nothing fancy. Got the view. It's also pretty funny because you can tell that everyone here at this hotel, if they are in their 20s or Asian, are probably going to EDC. So like every time I walk on the elevator, if I see someone that fits that description, I'm like, EDC? And they're always like, yeah. After I recorded, met up with my friend Peter. He picked me up so that way I could go pick up my credentials from Mandalay Bay.
Cool, so it's your parking pass for Saturday.
Cool.
It's your media pass.
I got my parking pass, I got my badge, and I got wristband. Boom, we're officially in. After that, Peter and I decided to go gamble. I don't know if you guys have ever played craps. I am playing craps for the first time, and does this answer? I'm currently up $400. I went up and down a lot. The fact that I'm up, I think I should just stop while I'm here. At 6 o'clock, they had the EDC parade on the strip, and that was a lot of fun. It wasn't as grand as they had made it seem like it was gonna be. But yeah, it was a fun time. It was pretty cool. It was during the sunset, which was really nice, so the vibes were great. While we were out, Peter and I decided to get some food. While we're sitting eating food, I actually ended up getting an email from an artist asking if I could shoot one of their sets, and it didn't end up working out. But since yesterday, I recorded part of the vlog and mentioned I'm still getting asked to shoot gigs. And within the past 24 hours, I've gotten asked to do 3 different sets. One ended up being a no, one ended up being a yes. The other is still a maybe right now. Very, very, very last minute. It's okay, I'll take it. I'm not gonna say no to money. The 2 confirmed sets I have, Sofi Tukker and ARGY. Those are both at main stage, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I'll update later. It is now Friday. EDC starts in 12 hours. I just woke up, just got out of the shower. About to start getting all of my gear ready.
To meet and whatnot, and then just helping him with the setup ahead of the show.
Yeah, okay, that works. Can do that. Just like that, we got another gig. Let's go. Very quick, I'm telling you, EDM so last minute. Gonna run through some camera settings and make sure everything is good. Hot, I got my long pants on. Let's get it. All right, now leaving the hotel. All the gear's in the car. On the way to go meet up with Peter. He's gonna give me a ride there. Shout out, Peter, you're the best. Gonna try and aim to be there at like 5:30ish. Got there pretty early. Thank you, Peter, for driving me. It was chaotic. We got pulled over. Traffic was ridiculous. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but what everyone says about EDC traffic is true. Get there super early. Schedule your pickup location, all that as soon as possible. Walked around the festival grounds. It was cool to see like basically nobody there. And then I met up with Jeremy and we shot ARGY Kinetic Field, and that was a good time. Just did cam op, just walked back and forth, nothing crazy. Then right after that set, I met up with Tyrell and the team to shoot Sofi Tukker. So that was pretty sick. We set up 2 cameras at the front of house. It was a little challenging because this year there was no center front of house. And usually people just leave their cameras there, but for this, it was only on the sides, which didn't look as good. So we had someone stand there and watch the cameras, and that was chaotic because so many people were just walking back and forth and like getting in the way or bumping into people or whatever. Like just putting a camera in the middle of a crowd was not, it was a struggle. Also having to move my Pelican from one side of the festival grounds to another was a nightmare. Never doing that again. Never bring my Pelican to a festival again. Or at least not leaving it at the front of house. Like, I'm only leaving it with the artist. So, lesson learned. But for that one, for Sofi Tukker, all I did was just walk back and forth at the pit to take videos of the crowd and the reaction and you know, all that kind of stuff. So that one was a lot of fun. That's probably my favorite angle to shoot. After that, went back to the trailers, met up with Eli Brown's team, got all of our gear together, took the golf cart, which is the first time I've ever been on a golf cart at a festival, so that was a lot of fun. It felt like VIP treatment. The setup, we got there pretty early. We got there like an hour early, so remember that job, standing in the crowd with a tripod I said probably sucked, that I didn't have to do last time? I had to do it this time. Did that from 4 o'clock to 5:30, I think. So it was a sunrise set. So I got to see the sunrise in Las Vegas at EDC. Then back to the artist green room, got all of our stuff, hopped on a shuttle, and that shuttle, it took so long for our shuttle to get out because our shuttle is supposed to go through like an air base or military base or whatever, but instead it just took us with the rest of like the Ubers or whatever. So it ended up taking us 2 hours to get home, and we were just so beat and delusional. Everyone was falling asleep in the van. Got to their hotel at 8 o'clock. Peter picked me up. It is currently 8:36, so I gotta go shower, charge, sleep. I forgot about the sleeping part. But yep, see you later. Good night.
Day 2. So yes, started off by picking up Anthony from his place. After we picked him up, we picked up Alex from the airport. Made our way over to the festival grounds. Once we got there, went to artist parking, unloaded, headed to the trailer. We got there around 6 o'clock, I think, because we wanted to check out the stage before anyone got there so we could plan cameras, audio, and where everyone was going to be. At around 7:30 is when I had to meet up with the artist that I was shooting. I did a 3-cam multicam for Hybrid Minds. I met up with the guys and the rest of their team. And at around 7:30 or 8, I went down to set up the cameras. This was a one and only multicam set that I did. And I got there pretty early. I got there like an hour or like 2 hours early to set up. And I didn't mean to show up that early, but it's okay. Made it work. Hung out, watched a little bit of the previous set. That was rough. Not the best on my part tonight. I messed up a couple times. Very unfortunate. I think the multicams will turn out fine, but I don't know. I really didn't feel confident during the shoot, which was unfortunate because I was like, this is such a big deal. This is my biggest gig so far in terms of like stage wise and like at this festival. So the rest of the night I was kind of bummed. But now looking back at the edits, I was like, okay, this looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So I think I was just a little bit stressed and probably tired. After that set, went back to meet up with Anthony. It was a pretty big set. It was Prospa, and then right after Prospa was Prospa, Kedema, and Josh Baker, like a beat through beat. There was a ton of people there. So when I got there, my job was to set up the front of house camera. So I had 2 different angles. I had a wide angle of like the entire stage, and then I had more of a close-up tight shot of the crowd and the DJs. So yeah, we set up there. I got there I think around 12 or 12:30 and did not leave from that spot until the morning, 5:30. Yeah, it was a long morning. Went back to the trailers to dump footage for a little bit and hung out and just talked. Went back, dropped everyone off, came back to the hotel and started editing. That's what I did. I didn't finish editing until I think around 11. So around 11 I finished editing, and then I went to bed at around 12 and I woke up at 3. So it's currently 5:22. The first night I had 4 hours of sleep. Next night, 3 hours of sleep. So 7 hours of sleep and working like 14, 15, 16 hour days. So I'm exhausted, but today's gonna be a good day. I got 2 more sets and then we're done. We're out. Goodbye, Vegas. Peter drove me again to the festival. I got there a little later than usual. I got there like 7 or 8. I was supposed to work a set at 9 to 10, but it was so windy that they had to close my stage that I was gonna be at because there were these hanging light fixtures and they were moving so much that it became a safety hazard. At around 8:30, shut that down, and I waited like an hour. Got to 9:30 and I got a text saying like, yeah, we're not playing. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I feel bad that they didn't get to play their set. Minus $400 on what I thought I was gonna make, but it's all right. After that, met up with Tyrell and the rest of the media guys to do 7 Lions. So that one was us setting up the front of house camera. So 2 angles again, similar to what we did with Sofi Tukker on the first day. We did a wider angle and then we did a closer angle with the 70 to 200. And that was a fun set. And then
I had those two, and then the third angle was just me getting handheld, more detail shots of like people recording off of their phone, or like arms around each other, or like putting their hands in the air, and like you could see the fireworks from behind the stage, so those wide shots. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. After the 7-line set, packed up, took all of the stuff back to the artist green room, dumped some footage and started looking at it, and everything looked super sick. Grabbed some food and just hung out for a little bit, took a breather. Got all my stuff, packed it up, took some pictures. Back to the artist shuttle. Actually goes through the the Air Force base. So that was kind of cool. And then yeah, came back, dropped us off at a hotel. Peter picked me up, brought me back to my hotel. Got back to the hotel room. We did it. EDC is done. Oh man, exhausting day. And it's so funny because every single day I thought that I would have free time, and every single day I ended up getting there early, having zero free time in between sets, and leaving at 6 a.m. I mean, I also did take as many gigs as possible. Quality over quantity. I'm going to try and get more multicams, but less gigs overall. Overall, fun experience. Met a bunch of people that I've only ever met on Instagram. Talked to them in real life instead of just DMs. That was cool. Met a lot of people in the industry. It's so funny. Everyone that I met, out of all the other videographers I met, I think I met maybe 20 over this week. Like they were all from California. One was like from Arkansas, like 2 from Canada. And that, yeah, everyone's like LA based, which makes sense. Nevada's not that far, but yeah, now that ends EDC Vegas. I think all I have to do today is pack up the rest of my room, go watch The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. That'll be cool. All the money I won from gambling, I put into a really good seat at the Sphere, which is, I'm excited for that. So that's later. That's in like 11 hours. That's at 5 p.m. Flight is at 10 p.m. Land in Raleigh at 6 a.m. Pitbull concert at like 6 p.m. All right, well, EDC Vegas, peace out. See you next time. Good luck, Charlie.